everyone. I'm Venmathi G. This is my third year mentoring with Magic, and I'm Ellie's mentor. Ellie is a sixth grader at Castilleja, as all of you know. She's very smart and very passionate about everything that she learns. The first meeting we actually started pretty late towards the end of January because she was involved in the school musical. And once that was done, we had a short meeting on what her passion was, and she mentioned she's interested in conserving the environment, chemistry, biology, and reading fictional books that involve fantasy universes, as well as playing tennis and leading a healthy lifestyle in general. So I think the project that she finally picked combines a lot of these elements, and she also got to learn a lot of coding on the way. So I think it's been a great experience working with her. We had quite a few frustrating times when we couldn't debug the code, but she was positive throughout and very hardworking. And she even suggested that we meet during the week. So she made time after school to meet with me and work on her project. So yeah, she's a great girl, and I'll let her introduce her project now.
Hi, my name is Ellie, and as Venmathi mentioned, I'm a sixth grader at Castilleja, and for the past 5 months, I have been participating in the Magic program. Magic has been an incredible experience because it's really broadened my visions on different types of codes and their languages. And I have my mentor, Venmathi, to thank. She has been an amazing mentor throughout the course of Magic. She's helped me so much from planning everything from my code, what I was going to put in to my website, the text, and all the images and everything in between. And my projects have been working, and she's helped me debug a lot of them, a lot of errors in the project. So yeah, they've been working really well thanks to her. And she is an engineer at Bigfoot Biomedical, and she works on diabetes management solutions, and she likes cooking, painting, baking, and reading. So my project combines a lot of my passions. It's an interactive reward app, and it basically focuses on the health of people and also the environment and how we can improve the state of the environment. I'm using HTML, JavaScript, and CSS to code my project, and I'm using PhoneGap to launch the app. And I also included an element to it, which is Dungeons & Dragons. And Dungeons & Dragons is basically a role-playing game, and I was hoping that it would promote more people, especially girls and women, to start playing it because it's really fun and interesting. Now I'm going to show you a short video of what I have done. Okay, so this is the front page. I titled my app Palo Fix, short for pollution fix, because it focuses on how to reduce different types of pollution. So this is, these are fantastical races. They range anywhere from dwarfs to elves and everything in between pretty much. And these are also different classes, and then they have different meanings and different attributes to them depending on which class you choose. Okay, so once you've chosen both a race and a class, it will repeat what you have chosen and show it up there. And then there are there are 5 levels, and each level has a checklist with 3 elements in it, and each level focuses on a different type of pollution. So once you have finished the first element, there is experience points and gold pieces that show up, and it adds a certain number of experience points and a certain number of gold pieces for each check box that you check. And then once you selected 2 out of the 3 checkboxes, a trivia question pops up based on the class that you chose. And then if you get it correct, there. If you get it correct, then you can go to the next level, and if you get it incorrect, then you have to still finish the level. Great. So at first, we wanted to complete 2 projects. We wanted to complete the mobile app that I just explained to you, and also an Arduino application. Basically, we were going to have a doll, one of those transparent dolls where you can see like all of its organs, and we were going to code different parts into it based on the human body. So for example, if the temperature dropped to a certain point, then there would be a motor near the doll, and it would also be connected to the Arduino board, and it would start vibrating to show that the doll was shivering. And this, I really wanted to do this because it combines both of my interests for biology and also STEM. So unfortunately we ran out of time, so we focused on the mobile app instead. But here is a sample of some of the code that would be somewhat similar to what we would use to code the doll to react to outside stimuli. And this particular piece, it has it react to temperature. So some of the highlights of my magical experience is learning how to piece code together in HTML, because it was really satisfying when we finally pieced everything together and it actually worked. And yeah, that was a really great feeling, and I loved when that happened. And better yet, when the code was bugged, when we debugged it together and then it started working. Probably my most favorite part of Magic is the meetings with my mentor, because we've worked on so much and it's been really fun to work on the project with her, because she really challenges me to try to think about how I can code it, and she's really helped me along the way. This one, I've had to use it a lot. I've had to use logic a lot, and I've had to break the code into segments and decipher the code segment by segment, and then finally piece it all together, and it's really interesting to see what everything means. Basically like learning a new language. So this is just a little bit of what I learned. So over spring break, I did 3 courses from Code Academy, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, and they really helped me learn more about these languages and the relationships between each other. I also learned about arrays, data types, for example, strings, integers, Boolean, which is true or false, float, etc. And here are a couple other things that I learned. I also learned a lot more, but I would be here a very long, you all would be here a very long time if I tried to explain everything. Okay, here are some screenshots I took to represent what I've been doing. This tells, this page tells people about how the app works and what it does. And this page, people can select whether they want to learn about how it works, or they can start the character quiz, which has the races, the fantastical races, and also the classes. This is the race page. These are the classes. And then, as you saw in the video, this shows that once you've selected, it repeats what you selected. And here's a sample of some of the CSS code I've been using in my app to style it. Here is a sample of some of the HTML code I have been using in my app. And finally, here's a sample of some of the JavaScript code I've been using in my app. And we've been using JavaScript to code the trivia questions, and also to repeat what class and what race people chose. So we had time to work on this, but there are still things that I want to do in the future. So in the weeks following this presentation, I would like to implement GPS tracking to various checkboxes And I would also like to add a time element and see if people can race against the clock. I would like to give people a choice on answering the question. Currently, they have to just answer it, and they can either get it correct or incorrect, but I'd like to give them a choice so they can choose if they want to answer it or not. I would like to add more levels to the game, and overall, I'd just like to make it more in-depth and add more features to it. Thank you.